Hi, it's Charlie here at Anarchy Acres, and I want to show you a little bit of my new apple cider operation. This is just hobby homesteading stuff. It's been a lot of fun. I just kind of got the idea from watching my neighbors make apple cider over the past couple of years. Got jealous because I wasn't making apple cider, and now I've made a couple gallons, and this is going to be probably the last press of the season unless I can scrounge up some more apples. It's been fun. I have one so apple tree, but everyone's pitched in. I just have been knocking on doors with whenever I see an apple tree in the neighborhood, and they've all given me their apples. So I'm using the apples that I just picked up around the neighborhood. I guess it's a pretty common thing. A lot of folks do that. Most people don't pick all their apples, and you don't need a perfect apple to make apple cider. Just something that doesn't have any soft spots seems to work just fine. So I got a mix of apples, crab apples, some cultivated apples, but just whatever's around the neighborhood here in Mount Pleasant. And had to build two new things. The apple scratter, which is this weird old name that they give to a machine that mashes up apples. Everyone knows, I think, probably that apple cider gets pressed, but what I didn't know is that before you press it, you have to kind of mash up the apples, and there's a bunch of ways to do it, but I've kind of done sort of the old-fashioned 19th century way, which is to make an apple scratter. And basically it's just a wooden drum. I made mine about 5 inches in diameter, and it's got a bunch of screws and stuff screwed into it so that when an apple or some soft fruit touches it, it kind of mashes it up. So the more you mash it, the more juice you get out of it. I've been getting, I think, about 1.5 gallons per bushel, and I should be doing better than that. So I've been working on the scratter to try to get it to mash the apples even better. More straightforward was building the apple press. I'm using what's called, I think, the cloth method, or rack and cloth method. So you mash it up and wrap it up in a fairly strong cloth, and then stack up these cloths that are full of mashed apples, and then push down really hard, and then the juice comes out. So I'm hoping, because I just worked on the scratter, this is actually a new test, and I got more screws in it, and I'm hoping that it does a better job of mashing up the apples. I'm powering it with my donkey powered sweep, and so far I've used the donkey sweep for corn shelling and also for bean threshing. The scratter seems to pull a little bit more power, and it's actually like broken some stuff downstream. So I want to work on the donkey sweep. It's uses a differential from an automobile and a bicycle chain kind of in the middle, and that's turned out to be a bad idea. The bicycle chain just doesn't have enough torque, because there's a lot of torque where the donkeys are from that end, and the RPMs never get that high. So I think we're spinning this scratter probably like 150, 200 RPM, but not much more. So everything's kind of low, which means even without a lot of horsepower, there's a lot of torque going on. So I just want to build my stuff a little bit beefier downstream. So that's just something fun to do here on the homestead. I like food that comes without the power grid, without petroleum, and picking up local apples and mashing them with my donkeys and squeezing it in my press is kind of something like that. So I'll let you watch for a while, and the apple cider is really good. It's a great hobby to get into. So if you got some untended apple trees in your neighborhood, I'd really encourage you to get into it. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.